Good morning, Bulldogs. Let's see what's happening this week on Code Blue News. Nick tells us your thoughts on next week's upcoming midterms. Andrew explains Trump and why he's being shoved into a beach. Brianna will then let us know more about Mr. Monteith and what he meant here in Holbrook. Now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Hey Bulldogs, I'm Matt Messina.
And I'm Niall Horgan. Welcome to Code Blue News. Holbrook Middle High School will be holding a pep rally on January 21st to kick off the Booster Bash fundraiser. The Booster Bash is a major fundraiser for the school. Students will get donations from friends and family to help Holbrook Middle High School raise funds for our students. At the same time, they can earn rewards, win prizes, and get to experience a fun social event with all kinds of games and activities. The fundraiser kicks off on Tuesday, January 21st with a pep rally. The Holbrook Middle High School Facebook page will start posting more information about the Booster Bash fundraiser starting today. So check there for more info.
Niall, do you have a prom date yet? I mean, it's only 5 months away. I was going to go with Dominic, but then his girlfriend got super mad when I asked to borrow him for a day.
What's prom's theme anyway?
That's actually up to us juniors. Voting for prom theme opens at noon, so be sure to check Google Classroom.
Before prom, we still have to worry about something a little sooner. Next week is the week all Holbrook High students have been waiting for. It is the week of Holbrook Middle High School's infamous midterm exams. Nick spoke to students who expressed just how much they love their exams.
Midterms. They're not really fun. No one likes them. So, we're going to interview some of you guys. Charles LaRossi. Do you hate midterms?
Oh, let me talk about it. We don't do midterms in 8th grade.
I just realized. I totally forgot. You guys don't even have midterms. So, Mikey, do you like the midterms at all?
No.
But they are a test of your knowledge. They show the teacher what you have learned.
Nah.
Why do you not like midterms?
Because they're tests and I hate tests and I'm glad that we don't have to do them on paper, but I just don't like tests at all.
Wait, you guys don't have to do them on paper?
I don't think so. I hope we do them on Chromebook.
You guys are very lucky that you guys get to do them on the Chromebook. Sitting there on the test, right? You know, I'm just like filling in the circles, doing all that. What are your thoughts on the middle schoolers not actually having to take the midterms?
Wait, they take them?
No, they don't take them.
Oh.
Okay, so I've never met this guy in my life. What's your name and how do you spell it? Why do you guys not have midterms?
I don't know, because we're middle schoolers?
What, do you guys think you're privileged or something?
Yes.
But you're not.
Too bad.
Why don't we have more projects for midterms instead of tests?
Cause the man, bro, the man keeps us down. You feel me?
Who's the man?
The government.
Do you guys hate midterms?
Yeah?
With the burning passion.
Yes, they're extremely stressful.
It's Hovind, but like, dude, look at this. This doesn't make any sense. Why am I so short?
Go Holbrook.
Unnecessary bias testing.
Midterms makes me angry.
Hold on. I could keep going for days. Like, some teachers really force it.
But like, you're gonna have to take them in every single class, including Spanish.
No habla inglés.
Don't you mean Espanol?
Yeah, no habla español.
So, this is Mrs. McCann. The only teacher that I know of in this whole building that does a project for a midterm. Tell me, what gave you the inspiration to do a project for a midterm instead of a test?
Well, a couple years ago, I was giving tests, and a few years ago, I decided I wanted to start doing projects only and no tests at all. My students learned better from projects than tests. I did a little experiment. I gave my students a project, and then I gave them the test on the same topic. And when they were taking the test, I reminded them of what they did on the project, and then they remembered how to do the different concepts. It works really well for me. I think it's awesome, and I think everybody should do projects.
My project's gonna be some quesadillas.
Type of stuff, and then, you know, it's just Scantron, for like 3 hours, Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Nick. That was all in good fun. I guess students really do have some strong opinions on midterms. Miss Grant, the National Junior Honor Society, would like to wish 8th grader Kelvin Moonguy good luck tomorrow as he travels to Boston for a day of service. Kelvin was selected as this year's Holbrook Project 351 representative. We are proud of you and the work that you're about to do. CBN will follow up with Kelvin about this experience.
This year's Culture Fair will be held on February 28th. Students will get a chance to show their family's heritage, beliefs, and lifestyle, and give a look into the life in school and the community. There will be a meeting next Thursday after school in the cafeteria to form groups and begin working on presentations.
Recently, Trump's impeachment has been all over the news. Impeachment is a very serious and important matter. Andrew has more on other presidents that have been in the same position.
How often have presidents been entangled with impeachment, and have any actually been impeached? For starters, 4 presidents have dealt with the impeachment process: Andrew Johnson, Richard Nixon, Bill Clinton, and now Donald Trump. Although none of these presidents have been removed from office, we still have to wait until Trump's trial is conducted, however. The other 3 were close to being removed. First, Andrew Johnson, who took over for Lincoln after his assassination, came extremely close to being removed in 1868. Johnson was notorious for clashing with Congress over how the U.S. would rebuild the South after the Civil War. The House initiated the impeachment over one of his many vetoes, passed the House, and came up 1 vote short of the 2/3 majority needed in the Senate. Second, Richard Nixon is infamous for taking part in the Watergate scandal. Named after the Watergate Hotel in Washington, D.C., burglars with connections to Nixon's re-election campaign broke into the Democratic headquarters to wiretap rooms and take pictures of party documents. They were caught, and Nixon was implicated. As the possibility of impeachment was being tossed around, Nixon resigned before he would have been easily impeached.
Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
Third, President Bill Clinton was implicated in the notorious Monica Lewinsky scandal, where President Clinton did some not-so-presidential stuff in the Oval Office. He lied during the trial about it, and he was caught.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
He was charged with perjury and was impeached by the House, but was acquitted in the Senate. Finally, President Trump was shoved into a peach last month after a vote in the House. Trump is charged with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The main event that triggered this process occurred during the 2020 election cycle. Trump allegedly withheld military aid to Ukrainian President Zelensky to pressure him into investigating his political rival, Joe Biden. The trial in the Senate has yet to begin, but it will probably start sometime in January. This has been Andrew LaRossi. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Andrew. On Tuesday, boys varsity basketball played Diamond and won 56-47. The boys are looking to improve on their 2-4 record tonight against South Shore Christian Academy. Meanwhile, girls varsity basketball played Randolph yesterday and lost 51-23 in a tough game. They're currently 2-3 and looking for their 3rd win tonight as well.
Today is the 3rd annual Mr. Monteith Basketball Classic. Admission will be $2 for students and $5 for adults. Raffles and concessions will be available at the games, and proceeds go towards the Mr. Richard Monteith Scholarship Fund. Many students may not understand the importance behind these games. However, Brianna is here to tell us why Mr. Monteith is so revered here at Holbrook Middle High School.
Robotics is probably harder than any other club by far and sport.
On Monday, February 6, 2017, Holbrook science teacher Mr. Richard Monteith passed peacefully at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. The following is an excerpt from his obituary published in the Enterprise 3 days after his death. Dick was born and raised in Lynn and was a 1979 graduate of Lynn Classical High School. Dick earned both his bachelor's degree and master's degree from Bridgewater State University. He married Andrea, the love of his life, on September 24, 1989. They raised their 3 children in Bridgewater, where Dick was an active member of the community. He was a skillful jack of all trades and an ingenious engineer.
Who was Mr. Monteith to me? Mr. Monteith, when I had retired from Avon, and then I came here after I retired from Avon to teach physics, and Mr. Monteith was actually my department head. Even though I was new here, he'd see me in the halls, or he'd come down and see me, and as I traveled in 3 or 4 different rooms, and he would come see me, make sure everything was okay, and he was always looking out for me because I was a new guy on the block, I guess, in Holbrook.
After the JV basketball game today, the Steam Commons will be officially named after Richard Monteith, right before the 3rd annual Richard Monteith basketball game. This is the first time since opening the new school that something in our school has been named after someone. The first was the John P. Walsh Gymnasium, which was named in the old building. That's how revered this man is in the Holbrook community. Richard Monteith is a name that will continue to be remembered throughout the Holbrook and Bridgewater community for generations to come.
Mr. Moore was a chemistry teacher here at Holbrook Middle High School, but he was also a prominent member around the community, and especially after school here at Holbrook Middle High School. He was involved with a bunch of extracurriculars. He was the founder of the robotics program, coached JV soccer and softball, and was always at the school and always willing to help other people. One of the most selfless people I've ever met. He convinced me to join robotics, and I'm forever grateful for that because it's probably my favorite extracurricular here at Holbrook. And it's now I know what I want to pursue after high school because of that.
Even when he got diagnosed, he was very upbeat. He was going to beat the cancer. Always had a smile on his face. Always was looking out for everybody. He was just an unbelievable person.
This has been Brianna Graziano. Back to you in the studio.
I think our students are unique in respect that they are all unique. They carry their own brand.
Thanks, Brianna. We hope to see you all at the games tonight, not only to support our teams, but to honor the memory of such an amazing man.
Do you want to be on Code Blue? Yes. You at home could be on Code Blue if you win our fundraising raffle. Code Blue will be selling raffle tickets today during lunch. First prize, we'll get to work with a Code Blue producer to create their very own segment. Second prize will be a 20-second cameo on the show to shout out your friends. Third prize will earn the right to create and hold the standby sign in the control room before a show. The fundraising goal for this raffle is $200. Tickets are 25 cents each. You can get 5 for $1 or 50 for $5. Wait, but what if you don't want to see Chad Welltime too?
Well, if you don't want to see Chad Will come back, be sure to purchase green tickets. If you do want Chad Will to come back, then buy red tickets. Whichever color has the most tickets will determine whether Jason comes back or not.
Well, that wraps up this week. I'm Matthew Messina.
And I'm Lyle Horgan. Good luck on midterms, everybody.